actress Patricia Hodge took her first tentative steps towards a life on the stage as a girl growing up in her parents' hotel in Grimsby in the 50s. Now she remembers the golden years of the English seaside holiday.
This is the hour when all the babies are asleep, lulled by the drifting heat and sand, serenaded by the sea. I've come home to perform at a concert this evening. It's been a long time since I've been back, but my first instinct is still to come straight to the beach in Cleethorpes and walk by the sea. It's a place I absolutely love. It's always smells that are the most immediately reminiscent. It's such a saltiness, a quality that you can't explain. It brings back so many memories of wet toes, and this sand is very special, actually. It's a real yellowy shell sand. You can go anywhere you like in the Mediterranean, you'll never find sand of this quality. It's very good digging sand. The best sandcastles I ever made were here. When I was growing up in the 50s, Cleethorpes was buzzing with day trippers all summer long, as it still is. My mother used to bring us here after school and we'd stay till the sun went down, picnicking, which was a rare treat, I can tell you. We lived just down the road in Grimsby, which used to be the largest fishing port in the world. My parents ran the Royal Hotel, situated at the entrance to the docks, and from my bedroom window I viewed the entire harbour. We literally woke to the sound of the dockers' clogs. The docks remain almost as they were, but one thing has changed forever. Well, I'm standing under a flyover, and it's pretty heartbreaking, really, because this is where I spent 14 years of my life till I grew up. This is the very spot where the Royal Hotel stood, which was the most wonderful mid-Victorian hotel, which had been the lifeblood, really, of entertaining in the town. All the main weddings were held here, all the receptions. It was a wonderful place. The hotel was next to a level crossing, and the council, in their wisdom, decided to ease congestion by building a flyover. The hotel was in their way. So they demolished this most wonderful part of the heritage to build this. I didn't have the most normal of childhoods. My parents worked very hard, and my grandmother played a big part in our upbringing. But living in a hotel had its advantages. We had a huge extended family, and if the staff were missing, they were probably watching our version of Sunday night at the London Palladium in the ballroom. My mother was always impeccably turned out because she was on parade, and so in a way were we. She gave us the feeling that it was important always to look good. Such a safe place to grow up. I used to ride my bicycle all over here. I'd always thought that I would one day push my children in a pram along the seafront here. But things turned out differently, and I ended up pushing them along a London street. I never imagined then that life would go the way it has. But I suppose I had dreams. I was quite shy as a child, actually. But I think a lot of actors are. But there was another person screaming to get out. And there had to be an outlet for that. And the cradle of that ambition was just over there, the Pier Pavilion. The Victorian Pier was a great focal point of the area. And every summer, the East Coast Dance Festival was held here. That's where I first fell in love with being on the stage. Oh, no. I don't believe it. How can they do this? This floor is the only bit that I recognize, and it was very special. It was a very beautiful, sprung wooden floor. But the whole of this arena, way back, was used for the dance festival, so people had the most wonderful space in which to perform. And then, this is interesting, the stage was there, and either side were very crude dressing rooms with wooden open steps going up. And in that one there, where there is now a bar, I remember the day when we were being made up to take part, and we had all that old-fashioned makeup, you know, the red dots in the corner of the eyes and the whole works. And my mother was doing my hair and talking to somebody else, and she said, of course I shall never let her do this for a living. Bless her. In those days, it was considered very important to be able to speak properly. My mother sent me to elocution lessons because I had a slight lisp. I think I must have had a Grimsby accent, but that disappeared when I left here at the age of 19. The nerves I used to get going in for these festivals have not abated in any way. I mean, I'm just as nervous about doing this thing tonight as I was then. Tonight's concert in the town hall, of course, brings all those childhood memories flooding back. I've been invited here by my former headmistress, Miss Dean.
How are you?
Lovely to see you.
And you. And you. You well?
Yes, indeed. And you too?
Yes,
After all your
yes,
adventures.
Yes, absolutely.
Come along.
Thank you.
I expect you want to get in.
The people here are so genuine. And for me, that's what it's about at the end of the day, because this is a very honourable and good community. The strange thing is, performing this concert for them, I realise there's no other group of people whose approval I would want to have more. And that includes the national critics.
It's time to start living, time to take a little from this world we're given, time to take time, for spring will turn to fall in just no time at all. Here is a secret I never have told, maybe you'll understand why. I believe if I refuse to grow old, I can stay young till I die.
I didn't really mourn the place when I left all those years ago, but now I'm deeply affected by it. My roots have never left me. Nobody can ever take them away from me. They've made me what I am, and I wouldn't want it any other way.